Is it Pastor Akinola? Engineer Aki Akinola. Engineer Aki Akinola.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muslim. Apologies again that we are starting quite late, but with this kind of wonderful event, we cannot start without appreciating the Almighty God. So I will want to appeal to you to please stand up. Thank you. As much as possible, I will not make a long prayer because I learned that in the book that I read, the fastest miracle are probably the shortest one. Arise and walk. And then it happened. It's only that you have to have faith. So, and if you don't want to see the angels moving around because I feel that they are moving around, you can just slightly bow your head so that you don't bow your head in respect for the angels that are moving around. Okay, let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for an opportunity like this. We thank you because you are a good God for bringing these moments together today. We don't take this for granted. Lord, accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. Heavenly Father, we thank you for those who have come from their respective places, who have taken time out of their very busy schedule to come here today. We say thank you, Lord. Accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. Lord, as this event goes on today, the purpose is business, to meet together and to probably expand our possibilities. Lord, today, if we have been crawling before, let us start walking. If we have been walking before, let us start running and let our business grow. And everything that we are going to do here today, we dedicate it unto your holy hands. Let your name be glorified at the end of today. And with faith, we believe that today will be an impacting event in our lives, in our businesses, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for in Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, the MC. You can see that the MC has been very fantastic. We have two MCs today. They will be responsible for coordinating this event. Tomsi, you can see he's a very handsome looking man, more handsome than I am. Yeah, but my wife likes me better than you.
I know. That's a wife.
And
Felicia.
You can see that she's also very beautiful. So they'll be the ones coordinating today's event, and since your name tag on your shirts, they'll probably be easier for them to call you if it needed be, and if you want to ask or answer any questions. Over to you, Mr. MC. Thank you very much.
If your hands are not too busy, ladies and gentlemen, join your hands together for Engineer Akinola. I wonder why you want to punish us, Mr. DJ. This is my lady for this evening. You are not giving her my phone. Now people will start thinking that men are just taking over. Eh? Please give her my microphone. It's charging. It's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to this networking, business networking event put together by Business Alliance. Business Alliance owned by Beyond Bounds Incorporated, a non-profit organization. Well, the next item is Felicia, you need to tell them. I won't be the only one talking today.
Good evening, everyone. Right now, what we're going to do is start dinner. So we're going to call you table by table so that you can enjoy dinner and also network with the people that's sitting next to you or go to different tables. So we're gonna call this table first to go to the back and start getting food, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the lady have spoken. Let's just start eating and start meeting each other. If you're not here with your card, that's going to be a pity because there's going to be a huge networking in this place today. So please, one table after another, like 2-3 tables can go, and let's start this business sharply. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you once again. Mr. DJ.
Another day for you, baby. Quit my Casanova ways for you, baby. The only time that you say that you hate me is when I take the last slice of pastry. Now I'm on the run. Loving you till kingdom come, but you drive me crazy. Send someone, still my billboard, baby. Baby, now you're my God, sing all day, yeah.
but you must hustle if you want to. If not finish, they won't fight us. If them they run, they no fit catch up. I know they from say I too righteous. No come they from say you too like us. You no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Come on, mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want, they need. Could be down my fantasy. You want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But we did rush quite well, it be much. Now gonna make my tap in the rush. The kind of money we touch, yeah. We did rush quite well, it be much. No be hype, everybody the crush. There's no darling we touch.
Then we start this program properly. There are several areas we're looking at today, ladies and gentlemen. We have notable speakers in the house, fantastic speakers, experts who are ready to help us with our business to the next level. That is why those of you on social media, those of you on YouTube, TikTok, and of course on Facebook, we would appreciate if you can stay with us. If you can stay with us for more couple of minutes. We'll be speaking to you on business strategies. Dr. Akumbe will be handling that. Health and wellness, Dr. Oyenachi and Dr. Owogo will be handling that. Business tax matters will be handled by Pastor Joy Amadi. Real estate and loan, Engineer Prince Famiwa and Mr. Yeager will be talking to us. Legal discussion. We have a Barrister Morris Isaac, and of course, the president of LALA is in the building too. Anthony Biodun. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 5 sessions with different topics. So we are always patiently for this to finish eating, so that we can dive straight into what we're going to be doing today. Even ladies and gentlemen, we want to humbly request, if you need to write down, if you need a pen to write down, we would appreciate that so that you can ask your questions. You can ask any question in the world. We will just give you the opportunity to write it down. And of course, we're going to ask the speakers this evening to do justice to those things to be writing down as questions or comments. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your dinner with the music of DJ Michael, whilst of course we get ready for these sessions. But before then, we'll call up, when it's time, we're going to call up the convener and the owner of Business Alliance to speak to us. Why is she doing this? Why are we bringing people together for free information in the United States of America, especially for immigrants and those of us who are interested in taking our business or businesses to the next level? So it's going to be a robust discussion, robust interaction to the next level, kind of information that is needed for us to move our various businesses to the next level. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Relax, eat your food before we go into the full session, 5 sessions, and we're not going to waste your time at all. If you need to see these experts, we will share their information so widely that you can reach them at your own leisure and tell them you are from Business Alliance and they will take care of you. Mr. DJ, if you are not sleeping, take us to the next level, Mr. DJ. ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome those who are just coming. I'd like to welcome you. Mr. DJ, just go down the little bit for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. For those who are just making their entry here, I see you, Mama. Welcome. God bless you. Good evening. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we want to start right now. Whilst you are eating, we go ahead with the program. We'd like to call the convener of this conference, the one who has brought all of us together under the umbrella of Business Alliance, owned by Beyond Bounds Incorporated, a non-profit. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to call the woman that has brought us all out this evening, the one that can only manage to bring everybody out. Talking about no less than the wonderful, powerful woman of God, wonderful, powerful tax preparer, a wonderful accountant, fantastic wife. I don't know about that. I don't know whether she's a fantastic wife. Who's the only prof?
Say fantastic.
No, prof, prof will tell us. She's equally to. You want to ask whether it's true? Don't spoil anybody's household. Don't destroy people's home today.
He said she's fantastic.
Oh, okay. Is he going to say she's not fantastic? You want her to beat him at home?
No. I will save you.
Do you know that most times our women, they will keep quiet as if they are lambs, as if they don't have any issue, but go home now, go to the top. That's their top. I may not be so, doctor. Doctor, you are just smiling. You are a wonderful man. I know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our own dear, our leader, because I'm a member of Business Alliance. She's our leader and she has led us so well for the past couple of months when all of this started. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to super MC. I'm going to take Caribbean all over the world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, let's welcome Pastor John and Maggie in the building. Oh yeah, waka with style. You know you're a pastor. Waka with style. If you are a coordinator, all coordinators, please come out. All coordinators, please come out. All coordinators, come and stand behind your president. All coordinators. If you are wearing this white, you are a coordinator. So please come and stand behind her. If you are wearing this, you are a coordinator. So please come out. We won't allow our talk unless you come out. Because we're about to start right now, ladies and gentlemen. All coordinators, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all coordinators. Thank you. You will stand like this. Come here. Miss Pablo, come here. Oh yeah, come. Bros, come. Stand. Okay, thank you. DJ, thank you.
We catch fun while we do business. I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you. Thank you to everyone. So a couple of minutes ago, we thought that we could come together. COVID is officially over and we have to do business. For some people over the age of 40, online business is not particularly the game thing for us. We still have to do face-to-face, while we encourage the younger ones to still do online. But even at that, because I do business and my website is very vibrant, when people call me and we talk, they will be like, oh, you know what you're doing, we like you. But when it comes to the real transaction, when money has to change hands, you hear them saying, we need to see you. So thinking about that, we do know that this type of networking is extremely important. And we need to connect our faces to the names. And we're doing this for the first time. We intend to do it every year. But it wouldn't be successful without every one of you and each one of this my able team standing here. Please, if you don't mind, give them the right ovation. Please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Everyone can be seated. I'm going to go around and let them just mention their names, just names, so that we don't take too much of time. I'm going to start from here.
Hi everyone, my name is Gwen. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Temi Tokwai Fagbo. Good afternoon, Cynthia.
Good afternoon, my name is Mel Ryan.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Okemot.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alice.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Felicia.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kiola.
Thank you. Oladito.
Femi Taiwo.
And my name is Joy Amai. So, with these few words of opening speech, we welcome you. We want to also welcome all our supporters. Even the fact that some of them got short notice, all our speakers, they responded to us, the love, the information, the idea, all the donations that we received. Almost everything, as a matter of fact, not almost, everything that you see here are being donated by able-bodied men and women. And we so much appreciate everyone. We did the magazine, we bought Midnight Candle, and it came out tremendously well. We have over 30-something pages this year. We hope that next year we'll be having over 100 pages, because everyone that will be living with this high-quality magazine today, we are expecting for us to share with everyone. And please, if you've not given us your names and your phone number and email, kindly give them to us. You can see that we made room for a whole number of people, maybe because of the rain, maybe because we're doing it for the first time. We are not filling up this space, but next year we intend to fill. So we're going to be reaching out to you. We're going to be encouraging you to encourage us so that everyone can get involved. If you want us to come to your neighborhood, please let us know. Say Laurel is too far for everybody, we can come to your neighborhood. And also, we do have an online podcast that we'll be launching after this. I know that we have brilliant speakers that will not have enough time to tell us everything that they wish to tell us today. But we will meet you, and we also ask you to meet us so that you can talk to us. And then we have the online space, there's no limitation. But we want this message. Thank you so much.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's talking about neighborhood. Come to Baltimore. Come to our Baltimore. Come to Baltimore. All right. Please, all the coordinators, come back for the pictures. All the coordinators, the exhibit now come back for the. All the speakers, please get ready. We're going to take 2 speakers at the same time. All the speakers, please get ready for us. We're taking the speakers right now. We take 2 at a time so that we can exhaust everything.
Giving love when you never said before. Want the test, you don't go cry anymore. Oku Basafta give me a love to ignore. That's my baby looking good in the yard. Finance, he checked the good mindset. It's all down, everybody's silence. Yeah, my money can put no client. I mean, one go a pilot. When I look at you, I know there is something about you. I want to have you for life. I want to stay beside you. I know
Whilst we're taking pictures, I'd like the following speakers to please get ready. Engineer Prince Oladipo Famuyiwa, and of course, Mr. Stephen Yeager, please get ready, because we want to go into business right now, and we'll just take it right now. Want a picture? Are you saying it? Alright, thank you. Coordinators, thank you. Enough of pictures, let's go straight to business. Let's go straight to business. It's time for business, no more pictures. Thank you. We're ready to rock and roll. Thank you, sir. Mr. DJ, please. Totally. Michael, totally, thank you. Engineer, real estate and loans. Real estate and loans. For those who are still open to buy property, those who are still open to do business in real estate, it's time. The first speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Engineer Prince Oladipo Famuyiwa. He is an Owu Prince from Abeokuta in Ogun State of Nigeria. He is a leading civil engineer, builder, and developer, manager with over 38 years of active real estate engineering and development, sales, and management in all phases of the real estate industry, both in residential and commercial real estate since graduating from college. Having worked and schooled in different continents of the world, he is able to understand the reason to succeed in life and the ability to discern complex problems through adequate evaluation and analysis of projects at hand in order to provide a solution. His educational background with an undergraduate in structural and civil engineering, an MBA in real estate and financial management from the University of Maryland. College Park allows him to look at things from three-dimensional perspectives. Ladies and gentlemen, Engineer Prince Oladipo Famuyiwa.
So the next one that we have is Stephen Yeager. Okay. He is a mortgage loan consultant with over 30 years experience originating mortgages. Passionate about helping buyers, sellers, and realtors achieve their goals in acquiring, renovating, and managing their real estate investments. So, Mr. Steve, please come.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we just want you to know that this is one of the reasons why we're here this evening. And please, you can get as much as information that you desire, but we want you to equally write down your questions. The coordinators will go around, and of course, you can write down your any question at all. Anyone. We have experts in the house. So, are we ready to go? All right. We'd like to start with Engineer Prince Oladipo Famuyiwa. How are you, sir? You're looking fantastic. Yeah. So let's get another mic, ladies and gentlemen. I will hand over my mic to you, and we'll just continue with those things that we're supposed to talk about here. Okay, if not, we'll start with him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so is the real estate investment profitable? Is the real estate investment profitable, sir?
Thank you, Mr. MC. As we all know, I will speak from the context of immigration and immigrants to the United States. The best edge against inflation anywhere in the world is real estate. The best edge against anything you can do. Better than stock market, better than anything you can imagine is real estate. Let me take this photo if you don't mind. Just put. When you look at yourself, the energy that you have at a very young age, between 23, 24, 25, 27, as you get older, that energy is no longer there anymore. Meanwhile, the cost of living is increasing based on inflation. I remember when I first came to the United States in 1989, a gasoline per liter was about 89 cents. Today it's about inflation. So can you imagine if your salary was pegged at that, buying gasoline, what would to you, your standard of living? So in terms of real estate as an investment, apart from using it as an now occupied house, the other alternative is to look at it as an investment. Because as you are living in a house, you are paying down the mortgage of that house. As you are paying down the mortgage of that house, you are gaining equity in the house. As you are gaining equity in the house, you can use the equity for so many reasons, so many things. As a matter of fact, without the real estate investment which Nigerians, Africans, and Americans have invested in, a lot of things that's happening very well in Nigeria will not be happening. I'm just giving Nigeria as an example, because people were able to tap into the equity line of appreciation. Houses that you bought in 1987, 88, 89, 90 for 150,000, today are 650, 700,000. I remember my first house that I bought in the US was like 154,000. When I sold it last year, I sold it for 650,000. So if you look at it from that angle, real estate will always be an edge against inflation. Because when I look at the price I sold it for. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So, which means real estate is profitable, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So, Mr. Stephen, there's a question that said, I'd like to acquire real estate and eventually build a real estate portfolio. How does one go about it?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Yeager, and I work with the public to help them acquire real estate. In answer to that question, I get calls all the time where people want to build a real estate portfolio. People want to buy homes and flip them and acquire wealth. And one of the first things to be aware of when you want to buy real estate is you want to start small. Because let's say you buy a $500,000 property first, and then the next property you want to buy is a $250,000 property. The bank is going to look at that $250,000 property as an investor property. And basically what you want to do is you want to, when you buy property, you want a small down payment and you want a low interest rate. So if you buy the smaller property first as a primary residence at say $250,000, and then you move up to a $325,000, and then you move up to a $450,000, each time you acquire another property, you're purchasing as a primary residence. And use the rental income from the exit property to offset the mortgage payment on the property you're vacating. And if you follow that type of plan, you can build a real estate portfolio with a small down payment, a lower interest rate, and in a couple of years, you could be benefiting from passive income, from rental income, where the goal ultimately isn't to work harder, it's to work smarter.
I just want to add something to what you just said. For those of you, that's a very good point to mention. Look at it from this way. The US government said, for every property you buy that you have lived there for 2 out of 5 years, you are tax exempt up to $250,000 for each person, and for a married couple up to $500,000. So just imagine that you bought a property. Let's let's say $150,000, $200,000, and you sold it 30 years later or 25 years later, looking at the gain, there's no capital gain up to $500,000 if you're a married couple, and if you're an individual, you're exempt up to $250,000 if I'm correct, sir. Am I?
Yes. That's correct.
All right, my next question is this. Will you advise, that's to Prince Famuyiwa, will you advise to buy and hold or fix and flip? Will you advise for us to buy and hold or fix and flip?
The key thing about fixing and flipping property is one of the best ways to acquire wealth. But you have to understand the simple what is called mathematical. That is length and breadth, area. If you cannot understand the principle of area, length times breadth or rectangle or square, you're not going to flip it because you'll be exploited. It's very simple analysis to do flipping. And I'll share an example with you. I remember there is one gentleman that wanted to fix their basement, and I said, this is what's going to cost you. But because the person said, well, I'm going to pay $25,000, I'll go and get people that will do it for me for cheaply. And you see what I'm talking about with respect to length and breadth. They told him that they would do it for you for $5,000, you should buy materials. He went to Home Depot and bought materials, a lot of drywall, almost 150 sheets of drywall, paints and things like that with his credit card. And I was just passing through the house and I saw them offloading the material in front of his yard. Then I saw the guys that were working inside taking the same materials away. That's what I meant by you have to understand length and breadth. For example, if you look at this wall, you should know what is the width of this wall. Without a tape rule, you can tell, I can tell you the length and breadth of this ceiling by knowing that each of these cubicles that you see in the ceiling is 2 by 2. So if you know the length of the wall, and the length of the wall is 48 feet, and you know the size of a drywall being 4 feet, you can divide 4 feet by 48 feet to get 12 sheets of drywall. So nobody can tell you that you need 30 sheets of drywall when you only need 14. So that's what I'm coming from with respect to And one thing that we have not done so well about in our community is that America has a system. You have somebody has money, somebody has knowledge, somebody can implement it. It's a three-tier system in Wall Street. Somebody can run it, so you put your money there. The same thing applies to construction or flipping. You might have the money, look for people around you that have background in engineering, construction, that can give you advice, even if they have to charge you per hour, just say, be my consultant at $250 an hour. And then you will save a lot of money. The best edge to make money in this environment we're in is through flipping. But also you have to understand the condition of what you're flipping. It has to do with location, location, location. If you don't understand the principle of location, 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 you will fail before you start. Don't go and do things. I don't want to mention some cities here to be very careful. Don't go and say this is where the direction is going now. I'm going towards South 95. If you don't know what's happening South 95, don't go in there. You have to understand what you are doing. And people make a mistake thinking what happened in DC will happen in some areas of Maryland or Virginia. It will never happen. Because there was a reason why the US Congress passed a rule. I'm not going to go much into what I'm supposed to say, but what I'm trying to say is that it's a good way to make money on a simple townhouse that you buy for, let's say, $250,000, that you spend $30,000 on it. There's nothing inside the townhouse that you will fix that will be more than $30,000. From brand new flooring, brand new wall. If you do that and you sell it for $350 to $370, it's more than some people's salary a year. And it might take you 6 months to get through that process, provided you can show proof to the mortgage bank that I bought this in this condition, this is what I've done with it now, and this is to earn wealth.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Stephen. Mr. Stephen, I am self-employed and I want to buy a home. How should I prepare to purchase a home as self-employed home purchaser?
Thank you for that question. It's a very good question. When you are self-employed, typically your earnings are going to fluctuate. One year they're going to be high, one year they're going to be low, and next year they're going to be high again. Every year in February and March, I get calls from my customers and they say, Steve, how much income should I declare on my taxes this year because I want to buy a house? And because a lot of times self-employed people, they declare a lot of income when they want to buy a house, and when they don't need to buy a house, they don't declare a whole lot of income. So if you're self-employed and you want to buy a home, you want to make sure that you're declaring enough income to qualify. Now, let's say that you're not making enough income to qualify. I'm sure everyone has heard of Fannie Mae, and they've heard of Freddie Mac. Those are the secondary marketing mortgage companies. And there's a program for self-employed people that if you've been self-employed for 5 years or more, you only have to provide 1 year's taxes, where normally you have to provide 2 years' taxes. So that's a benefit. Another thing for self-employed people, remember years ago when the mortgage meltdown occurred and lenders were making loans with no income verification and those kinds of things? Those types of loans now are illegal. But there's another type of program where if you don't have every month, what you can do is you can provide 12 months of bank statements instead of providing tax returns. And what we will do is we will average your income, average your deposits on your bank statements for qualifying purposes instead of providing tax returns. So if you are self-employed, you don't have to be afraid to purchase a home if you're not going to qualify. There's lots of ways to qualify if you're self-employed or if you're salaried, like if you're a W-2 employee.
Thank you, sir. All right, please keep your questions coming so that we can end this session, and we'll give you details of the speakers here this evening. There's a question for you, Prince Oladipo Famuyiwa. The question is, I have interest in commercial real estate, rental property. How do I start as a beginner? How do I start as a beginner?
That's a very good question. Basically, people don't know that you can acquire, do all what you want to do. The difference between residential and commercial, which Mr. Said had confirmed, is that the most commercial investment, 2% down. You need 20% unless you find a property that's true owner financing, then because the loan to value ratio is 80-20. So what you need to do first is make sure your credit is intact. And you have to understand residential mortgages is different from commercial mortgage. It's very, very for you to understand that important. Because I see people, for example, of African heritage that will go and sign a lease to lease a property without understanding that in a residential lease, if you lease a property, if you pay, you stay, you don't pay, you don't stay. In commercial, one of the things that is common with our people of our own extraction is that, oh, my pastor is here for life, I'm not moving. My hairdresser is around the corner, I'm not moving. Whereas they are getting better jobs in other parts of the US, but they are not going to go. My brother, my uncle, my sister, they live in my neighborhood. Value is not created if you have that mindset. So you have to look for an area where people are moving. When they have to go, they have to work. They have to go. That's what you have to pay attention to. And that's how to. There's some things I cannot say here, but on one-to-one I can tell you more. Thank you.
So, Mr. Stephen, I have a question. In terms of financing, I need a non-traditional way to buy a home. What are some non-traditional ways to finance the purchase of a home?
Well, the traditional way, of course, is to provide tax returns and bank statements and qualify, with your credit score and those types of things. But the traditional way to buy a home, one way is for the seller to hold the mortgage. Let's say you're purchasing a property for $100,000 and you have 20% to put down, the seller hold the mortgage. So that's one non-traditional way to purchase a home. Another non-traditional way to purchase a home is to use bank statements instead of tax returns. What they do is they average your deposits on your bank statements, and then you don't have to provide tax returns. Another non-traditional way to purchase a home, let's say you want to purchase a property. What you could do is you could partner with your son or daughter, and they could be the owner-occupant for the property. And let's say that they're going to college, and the college student is going to pay room and board, $700 or $800 a month. What they could do is they could, as long as the college student occupies the property, the college student doesn't have to make any income. So what college kid graduates from college today and has any money in the bank? So with your college student as the occupant of the property, he learns about property taxes, homeowners insurance, and deductibility of interest. And when he graduates, what college student graduates with any money in the bank? They all have student loan debt. So that's a non-traditional way to buy property. And then the second year after they establish. So those are some non-traditional ways to purchase.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have any other question, Engineer Famuyiwa will just want to make a statement, a very particular statement, especially for you on the issue of land. And this would bring this session to a close.
One of the tools also for that to help you with respect to inflation and profitability is land acquisition. You have a very good knowledge base of the area that you live in. There are some areas where you can pick up land for almost nothing, but make sure that it's either public water or the site park. You can make a lot of money from land investment, for which you can also find owner financing for land investment. So don't limit yourself to say real estate has to do physical buildings. You can acquire land and subdivide it into 3 plots, into 5 lots, into 6 lots, and before you know what is happening, you're already a developer. A developer does not have to be an engineer. You can hire people to work for you to get to where you're going. It's the vision, knowledge, and the mission that you have that will drive you. Trump is not an engineer, but he owns a lot of property. Is that all right? So you have to be able to surround yourself with people that are smart or smarter than you. That's the only way you can do well with respect to real estate investment and development and acquisition.
Okay, I have one question, sorry. So, and this is to both of you. Which is better, to buy a house or rent one, especially for a foreigner who is just coming in to the United States?
For someone that's just coming into the United States, if they can, it's much better to buy, because when you buy, you are building up equity, you are putting the house on autopilot, mortgage balance goes down, the property value goes up, and it's much better than paying somebody else's mortgage. As a newcomer to the country, if you have permanent residency, or if you're working on a residency, We do make loans for people who are in the process of getting permanent residency. And if you're here legally and you have a work permit, you can get a mortgage with a minimum down payment. And before you know it, you'll be building equity and you'll have a nice little nest egg.
Please. You can buy a house by arriving to the United States within 6 months. But what you just need to do is that they will pick it and you can show proof of your standard of living, where you're coming from, your income, your expenses, and they can use that. And if you have a good job here, I've seen people that have come from London within 6 months or 3 months, or even coming as students that they've been able to buy a house. But one thing you have to pay attention to, in that situation, if you're not sure of the particular area you want to stay for life in the US, if you're intending to stay immigrating finally here, is to pay attention to location. So that if you buy in a good location, worst case scenario, you have a better job in Minneapolis or in San Francisco, you can rent it out. So while you are checking the mortgage that you can comfortably afford, you also pay attention to what can they rent the property for if I have to be transferred out. And this area is a very good rental area. In the whole of Rossett, as big as it is, there are no 2 townhouses for rent on the market. So understanding the location, proximity, because from Rock, you can get to DC in 20 minutes, you can get to Baltimore in 20 minutes. So if I'm telling you about one of the best areas to invest is the location you are in Laurel. You can never go wrong because of the proximity to everywhere. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's end this session. Please join your hands together for our speakers. Sir. Oh, you have your phone? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please join us together for
So right now we're going to take a break. During the break, you can network. You can come and ask the different gentlemen about the different real estate and loans. So we're going to take about 5 to 7 minute break, and we'll come back.
All right, so we take a break. Let's network right now. So we still have more food. Let's start the networking thing now. Mr. DJ. All right, Mr. DJ. And speak to him, or you can come to Mr. Steve Yeager. That newspaper on your table, you can take it away and call us. There's a number at the back of that newspaper. You can just reach us on Niger Times USA. You can reach us on Niger Times USA. Let's go ahead and network. Eat some more food. Take some more fruits. We have pastries and we have a lot of people that are still coming.
You
see your papa. Wait till you want where I don't feel you for you. Why you want to pull down? Share your big line, yeah. You better drop your body and suck up. Come to me, this body. Make it run,
Their food now is, the taste is exquisite. That's the others. If you have tasted this side, you need to eat that food. There's one thing called gizzard and plantain. Just go to that side, and there's ayamashi, that stew. So it's very nice on this side, Ayaba's kitchen. Please, you can go and taste it. Doctor, please go. I can see you are preparing to go. So, doctor, please go and taste it. And come and tell us about it later. Ladies and gentlemen, please get some more food, ladies and gentlemen. And people are not networking now. Now just sit down. Those who stand up network now. And shy. What did they happen now? We will network now. DJ, move us to the next level. Let's network. Trabaye.
Immunization, she gave me one impression, sterilization, immunization,
for the next session, ladies and gentlemen? We're ready for the next session. Ladies and gentlemen, we have premium quality Yagi tailor in the building. So if you want some tailoring experience, please go to Yagi. Gideon Yakubu. You know, when a man is too much in love, when a man is a millionaire, he calls himself a manager, and he manages anyway. And we have Timlos Candles. Timlos Candles, luxury brand that specializes in scents, personal care, and lifestyle products. Our soy candles, reed diffusers, and natural soaps are handmade from a variety of organic herbs and plant-based products infused with essential oils. Please see my sister, Fabu, over there. Sarima Fine Jewelry. Sarima just made a grand entry with her fine jewelry. And clothes, okay. Sarima Fine Jewelry and clothes, fashion with finesse and pearls. Alright, so if you need some stuff from Sarima, please go to Sarima. We're ready to go for the next session. Settle down, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just coming and you are taking your food, fine. We're ready for the next session. Felicia, let's go for the next session. Please settle down for the next session after you've taken your food. Somebody wants to talk to us about something that we all need in our business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is very important in our business. Felicia, please introduce to us. Okay. She wants me to introduce the next speaker.
Yeah.
Page what? Page what? Okay. Business tax matters. Business tax matters. Tax. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome this next speaker. This next speaker owns 3 master's degrees. 3 master's degrees. 1 from the University of Ibadan and 2 from the University of Maryland College Park. She is an accountant and information systems auditor and operates a small business as a professional tax preparer and healthcare business consultant. She loves to teach and be taught. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, let's welcome our next speaker. Business tax matters. Let us welcome Pastor Joe Amai. You are not clapping, She won't do this next time. You're not clapping, please clap. Thank you, Mr. DJ. All right, please settle down now. For those who are getting their food, please settle down. Please, let's have it quiet. This is very, very important. If you run your LLC or a corporation, it's time for you to listen. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on.
Yes. So, if you guys have questions about taxes, business, starting your LLCs, any of that, start getting them ready because we are about to dive in with Pastor Joy. So, the first question we have, is there any form of business that will not pay taxes?
There is none. As far as you are in business, you must be ready to pay taxes. You don't pay them, Uncle Sam will come for you.
All right, Uncle Sam will look for you. So which means you have to pay your taxes. What are business taxes?
So, guys, can we please just quiet down so everyone can hear her? Please and thank you.
So business taxes are generally classified in 5 categories. We do have the income tax, It is called income tax, but it is still a business tax, because most times when you are in business, your intention is to make profit. And may I mention here that if you do business consistently for about 3 years and you continue to declare losses, the IRS will term that business as a hobby, and you cannot claim losses on hobby. Once your business is tagged as hobby, it will be challenging for you to convince the IRS that that is business. So we encourage people to continue to ensure that they understand what tax laws are, and we're going to probably do a little bit of deep dive and permit us. Now, aside from income taxes, there is self-employment taxes, and that is about 35% in the United States. Donald Trump made it so that if you pay maybe 15% in another country, if your business is international, then you will pay the remaining 20% in the United States. Then there is employment taxes. I know that so many small businesses keep asking, should I give W-2? Should I give 1099? Whatever law your state says that qualifies your employees to be given 1099, then you can give them that 1099. If they want you to do a withholding, yes, the IRS system has allowed room for that. Aside from that, then you have to give them W-2, where you match their Social Security and Medicare at 100%. And you must ensure that you get them their 1099 or W-2 latest on the 30th day or 31st day of the first month of the year. So if this is 2024, January 31, you must give people their 1099 or their W-2 if they work for you. I mean, January 2025. Then we have excise taxes, and that is for people that are doing international business. And then we also have estimated taxes. So every quarter, if you are self-employed and you have an incentive, most likely going to make profit, the IRS expects you to pay estimated taxes. And this is also applicable to people that earn their income with 1099, so that at the end of the year, it is not bulky for you to pay those taxes. You know that immediately the tax year ends, then you have to start paying late fees or interest on those money that you pay. Thank you. I have a question.
Please clap for this woman first. Too much, what's it called? It's too much. 3 master's degree. And she started from Nigeria, correct. Oh yeah, so the next question.
It's just filling out.
But are you listening though? Are you listening though?
Okay. Can I still file taxes if I am not employed? Yes, you can. Because there are so many reasons why you file taxes. Some of them are for you to claim your credits. So if you do
all right.
So the question is not going to be if I'm not employed, it's if I do not have income.
Okay. And then the second one is, what is the position of income brought into the United States with regards to taxation?
So, on paper, taxes is worldwide income. You go to Czechoslovakia, Ukraine, anywhere in the world, you make money, IRS expects you to file their taxes as far as you are qualified to file taxes in the US. It becomes a little bit complicated if you're in business and you do not know how to do your bookkeeping. Some people do not file because they tend to keep their international income separate. But if the IRS has a view that you are making that international business, or you need to qualify for some things and you need to provide those documents, then you will be made to file. Now, let me say this. IRS has become very, very improved in the way that they use their systems. And you can tell that we are all becoming more educated. In those days, some people will not use computer, but you find out that even the mommies in the villages are using computers right now. So is the government becoming more and more sophisticated. So they tend to fish people out. And may I also mention this passively? If you did take loan during the COVID, the SBA small business loan, please pay that money or do not ignore their calls. Go in there, they do have opportunity, and this is by the way though, they do have opportunity for you to declare hardship. That does not stop the interest. If you don't do it, they will come into they have started doing it. So if it is not your turn, does not mean that they are not doing it. If you're into small business, as far as that EIN is registered, they will intercept your money. Once they intercept that money, you can continue to pay, whatever you owe them, but you're not going to get any refund from whatever money they intercepted in your bank account or anywhere. So let's make well do of that information.
Somebody say, wow. Wow. All of you when I collect money. Thank God I don't collect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going on, and this is it. The last information is very important. If you don't know, some persons got that money and transferred it back home.
If somebody is into them, are they tax deductible? The answer is no. So if you dash me because you love me and I'm going into politics and I say I'm going to represent you well, whatever you donate to me is not tax deductible, you're just giving a gift. For most people from Africa, I am the one paying somebody's school fees. All those transfers, in Naira, are they tax deductible? The answer is no. And then the new thing, pastor, so I'm going to say this, hopefully, some pastors we have begged and begged and begged. When IRS does not give you money back dollar for dollar. And as a matter of fact, because of the, nobody could actually touch the IRS until Donald Trump came to play and he changed some new things. You have to get to a certain level in your standard deduction before those money that you donated in church can be reflected in your taxes. So Mr. Steve and Engineer Ola had said it beautifully well. If you're qualified to buy any property, that's a good investment because the interest that you pay on those properties are tax deductible and they will most likely push you from standard deduction to can come to play. And on a very, very side note, and is one, every donation that people have given to us towards this event is tax deductible because we are non-profit. And we made it so that when people are giving to us, we are encouraging them to also invest on themselves. And that is why we decided to bring people from all walks of knowledge in to give us at least tips. And then when we need more, we can ask them to come back because knowledge is indeed power. So get around with your tax professionals. We are still taking new clients, good clients indeed. And let us sort business out. By the way, because we need to make money, we take consultation fee.
Okay.
All right.
So I have a question. If I use my EIN for employment, am I required to pay tax on the business, on the earnings, if I file tax returns as individual?
You are required to pay taxes. But if you do have a business and you use your EIN to do business or to work whichever way, you will file that income with your business and then it will in turn flow into your 1040. Businesses in general are not expected to pay taxes. Aside from C Corps, which is why anyone that has gotten in touch with me, I tell them to do away with C Corp, because if you hear the popular term, double taxation, that is C Corp. But for a good 1120S, your Social Security will be there as a sole owner or as a partner. Whatever income that is in terms of profit or income that is negative, that is loss. And for most people that are in partnership, you would have received this. And then you will in turn give that Schedule K value in your 1040. It will either come in as positive if it is a profit, or negative if it is a loss.
Hold on. And piggybacking on that, do you recommend creating an LLC to purchase a rental property?
The answer is yes. Majority of the times when you are doing businesses, we intend, I'm going to just say a little bit about that because the lawyer will be speaking more about it, but if not, I'll just cover the little that I can cover. Anytime that you're doing businesses, we encourage you to keep your business away from you as an individual. And properties, either rental property, commercial or residential, is one of them. One of the reasons why you should keep your business away from you is for the sake of being professional, so that you can be a separate entity from your business. The next thing is lawsuits. We are in the country where people do not take sorry for an answer, and make sure that your business is insured. But this is the caveat, and I'm sure the lawyers in the house, I see a lawyer in the house, they can support me. So if I have an LLC, Jovetti Consults LLC, and my name is Joy Amai, and I do not have a bank account for my LLC, I put every money in my personal account. I do not have, I don't keep the expenses separate. I use my personal business card. I use my cash. You know, when I'm doing anything, I'm using cash. If anybody sue me, how do you want that person to respect that business as a separate entity from you, when you as the owner have not respected the business? You commingle the money, so I can as well sue you based on that. So we encourage people, keep the business separate, keep the accounting system separate. You can pay yourself. It is allowable. You can invest and call it owner's equity. I'm sure these terms are familiar, it's just that we may not be able to apply them. But at every point in time, you want to go into real estate business, rental property or anything, keep it separate. Form an LLC. And as a matter of fact, the state of Maryland charges you $300 every year for annual filing. Either you do the business, either the business is making money, as well as you want that business to continue to remain in good standing, they charge you that money. So you may decide to form a group and then do some DBAs under it, so that the DBAs will expire after every 5 years, but the group will be an Inc. or an LLC, and you pay just that one $300. But do make sure that you get insurance. The reason why people keep them separate, and engineer Ola will attest to this, is that some street, they may go ahead and register their business as one Main Street LLC, so that you can keep the account separate. The whole thing is for you, so that when IRS is coming for you, you know where you want them to stay. You don't give them a position to stay, they go all over you. Thank you.
Please clap your hands. I'm thinking it through for too much information. That might just be the last question. If you have any other question, I'll give you the address to Jovetti Consult, and you can go there and meet her, and we'll take it from there. Now, these are the two last questions. We are not receiving more questions, please. Okay. Which one is favorable for a small business employer? W-2 or 1099?
Majority of the people that pay 1099 do not qualify for 1099. But 1099 is cheaper. But this is the deal, because anytime that you do not want to be in compliance, it makes sense for you to know the implication of you not being in compliance. The labor code says, if somebody reports to you and you give them instructions on what to do on daily basis, then they are your employee. It doesn't matter if they are PRN or they come to you only once in a week, you're supposed to give them W-2. But say I am Joveti Consult LLC, you are Don T. Bright, you get a government from the federal government, and you decide to share the contract with me, then you can give me 1099 because I do not solely report to you. But you need to be sure that I have insurance. You need to be sure that I have workers' compensation, because when it flips around, it may touch you a little bit. So most small businesses should give, for the sake of being on the safe side, should give W-2. But why are you not giving W-2? Because you need to pay payroll company. Anytime that you need to sign an account with any payroll company, I hear people say, I don't even know what they're charging me. I know they just take money. No, don't let anybody mess with you like that. You work so hard for your money. Therefore, you should know what you're paying. Let them sit down. You don't understand it, ask them to come back another day. If you are a small business here, please take a day that you conduct meetings with external bodies. I do Wednesdays between 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Come on in, let's talk. I don't understand it, let's meet next week Wednesday. You need those information, because everybody that you have put together can disappear just in one bit for one small error. I will encourage people to do W-2. You can do 1099, but bear it in your mind that within 1 year, when you begin to get comfortable, you want to switch to W-2.
Okay, most people, for the business owners, most people want to stay with 1099 because the workers who employ come with the fact that they don't have their SSN and that they have the tax ID, and you want to stay with 1099 and not do W-2. Is that the right thing to do?
That qualifies you to get a tax ID is because you had told the IRS that you do have a tax obligation. Therefore, you can get a W-2 as a tax ID. That's ITIN. Yes, you can get a W-2. You can give them W-2.
All right, so employers here, don't do that excuse that because they are ITIN holders, you can't do W-2. Thank you for that information. Which is better between LLC and this is the last question, ladies and gentlemen. Please go to Joveti Consults and meet with Pastor Joy Amai. Which is better between LLC and S-Corp for small business owner in relation to taxation? I think you mentioned it.
Yeah, I did. Each one of them, your business as an LLC, you can designate it to S-Corp, which is what I will advise, because it's sort of like keep you separate. But your LLC is still a Schedule C. It is still part of you. And I know that there are tax preparers in the house. We always joke that anytime that you claim a lot of losses on Schedule C, IRS tend to come for you, audit you. Because to them, you're not doing business. You're just claiming those losses so that you can give yourself a shortcut. But once you get to the level of doing an S corporation, you are presenting yourself as someone who is serious, and everybody will take you serious. And so with the IRS, they will respect you for that.
This is my president, Business Alliance, ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Joy Amai. Thank you very much. Music, go to relax a bit, please. That was too loaded, ladies and gentlemen, that was too loaded.
So right now we're going to take a 5 to 7 minute break again. Go around and network. This is a good time to talk to Pastor Joy and any of the other speakers that were here.
Please, you can go ahead and get the card of Mr. Steve Yeager. Go ahead and get the card of Dr. Famu Iwa. That is the essence of everything we're doing here. Go ahead and get Mrs. Joy Amai's details, and let's just keep it flowing. Joviti Consult is in Laura, so you can of course get these people. Please go to them, get their details, so that we can get ready for our next round of speakers. We can get ready for the next speakers. We have in the house Sarima Fine Jewelry and Clothes, fashion with finesse and poise. Don't go anywhere today unless you buy jewelry for your loved one. Do you have men's jewelry too? Only ladies? I'm coming there. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's move around for the next 5 minutes. And we want to say a big thank you to all our donors, all those who made donations. We want to say a big thank you to you. A wonderful thank you to all our donors. Thank you very much. All our donors, thank you very much. Joy Amai, Joviti Consult LLC, Simatex Consult LLC, Joviti Property Solutions, Bola Awuyemi Double Stars LLC, Duni Awuyemi Double Home Care, Kabiyesi Adewale Shonurebu Heritage, Engineer Prince Ola Famuyiwa, Leeds Realty Incorporated USA. We want to say thank you to Mrs. Margaret Owen, Ivory Services, Pastor Roti Impeccable Healthcare Services, Felicia Adeyika, Professor Lloyd Amai, Adeola Asade, Mr. Engineer Aki Akiola, Mr. Sahib Taiwo, T Digital Studio, Favor Olawale, Newness Imprint LLC, Aderike Oludipe, Chemostic Catering Services, Esther Oyejola Ayawa Kitchen, Fortunate Ugeyi, Oluwaseun Agboke, Dr. Sheyi Akobi, Adjunct Professor at the University of District Columbia and the University of Maryland Global Campus, Precious Oke, Vivid Vibes Incorporated, Temi Fago, Timlas Kandu, Biodun Bakari, Law Office of Biodun Bakari, Rashidat Mati, Olani Thompson Tabi, Don T, Raindrop Group, LLC. We say a big thank you to all our supporters. Please, let's take this warm-up break before we go to the next session. We have Yagi. Yagi is still in the building. You can visit Yagi if you want anything traditional. We have Timlos. Smell the good thing. Timlos. She sells the best candle in town, ladies and gentlemen. So please go to all our speakers, go to Engineer Famuyiwa, go to Mr. Steve Yeager, exchange your cards, take your cards around. The newspaper on your table is for you to take away if you want it. And you can visit us because we distribute that newspaper all over the US, especially to cities where we have Nigerians. That is a newspaper that is made from here. It's called Niger Times USA. And the publisher is the MC of Today. So you can take that newspaper. If you want to do business with us, our number is at the back of the newspaper towards the end of the newspaper. We distribute here, we distribute in Nigeria too. Thank you. Mr. DJ.
Yeah. Why you gon' do like that? Why you gon' keep that thing from me? Why you gon' do like that? Why you gon' act like you don't know? Oh, baby, don't do like that. Girl, come feed me, don't be stingy. Why you gon' do like that? No, baby, don't do like that. Oh, I want you to say I like the way you do. Sabi do the dance, speak like it's in go, baby, you know. Say you can't go be small. So be good, be shake like it's gone. Girl, I like the way you, like the way you. Why you gon' do like that? Why you gon' keep that thing from me? Why you gon' do like that? Why you gon' act like you don't know? No, baby, don't do like that. Girl, come feed me, don't be stingy. Why you gon' do like that? No, baby, don't do like that. Oh, I want you to see all I see what you do. Sabi do the dance, speak like a single. Baby, you know, say you can't be small.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ, and hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special Nigerian, a special African in the building, a man that moved mountains recently, a man that gathered the entire Maryland together for an event. Sometime couple of days ago. Somewhere in Upper Marlboro. Is it Upper Marlboro? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have in the building a fashion designer. Is a fashionista himself. He is the organizer and the CEO president of ACFA, African Cultural Fashion Show. African Cultural Fashion Show that was held a couple of days ago here in the beautiful state of Maryland. He runs the Temi Collections, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to improve on your dresses, this is the man to see. And it's on record that the vice chairman of the Prince George's Colony gave him a citation as one of those who, of course, are moving the immigrants to the next level with his fashion show. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the owner and the managing director, the CEO, the president of Temi Collections, Afrique, and everything you want to mention. Ladies and gentlemen, I have in the building the ACFA executive producer, Temi, in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, building. This is one guy that has done so well. And just making a grand entry, is the managing director of Ivory Services. The managing director of Ivory Services International. She's just making a grand entry, even though she's coming very late, and I'm sure she's coming from another event entirely. I have the pleasure of introducing to you, even though she's my senior at the bar, she's in the category of old people here. She's in the category of Mr. Abiodun Bakare. She's a very old lawyer from Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of Medma Therapeutic and the owner of Ivory Services is in the building, Mrs. Margaret Owe.
Welcome, feed me, don't be stingy.
All right, we're ready for the next session. We're ready for the next session. We're ready for the next session. What are we doing? Session. Health and wellness, right? Now the next session is very important. I'm gonna share that bag, my wife Felicia, get our own ready. They cannot get our own ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have these two wonderful people in the building. One is a doctor, the other is equally a doctor, and it's their session right now. Please, Auntie, thank you. Auntie, ladies and gentlemen, we have fantastic doctors in the house. All right. Okay. The first doctor for the health and wellness, we have Doctor. She is a medical doctor. She's seasoned and she's got decades of experience. Elekwachi Uwogo in the building. Will not clap. The doctor will not stand up until she clap. It's a he. Oh, sorry. Hold on, Mr. DJ. You see, you are confusing me. You are Pastor. Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Please sit down, sir. I'm very sorry. Okay, it's a he. Hey, this is not a risky issue. It's not my brotherhood, my sisterhood. All right, welcome, doctor. Doctor, God bless you. You are a he. My apologies, sir. I'm not used to that. That's a very bad error. The next doctor is a licensed clinician and seasoned social worker, renowned for her investigative work. With over 23 years of experience, her academic background includes a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication from North State University, a Master of Arts in Social Work from the same institution, and a doctorate on social work and mental health from Capella University. She holds various mental health certifications and leverages her expertise to help individuals and families find stability. Specializing in investigative social work, she focuses on cases related to child abuse, sexual abuse, sex trafficking, and human trafficking. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. This is a reading here. Thank you. I'm still reading. She operates a private holistic outpatient mental health clinic, offering psychotherapy to individuals and families. In her recent endeavors, she has embarked on a within religious settings, particularly in churches. Ladies and gentlemen, our primary objective is to normalize discussions about mental health. Ladies and gentlemen, she fosters an environment where individuals can openly share their struggles without the fear of stigma or shame. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, let us welcome Dr. Felicia Onyenachi. Come on, people, give it up. Certifications together. She's doing investigative work. She holds bachelor's, masters, and everything, doctorate. And you are not clapping. And she's now a woman.
So it becomes very eminent that you are cognizant of how you're feeling inside, how you're feeling in your head and in your mind. and also be able to seek help. Because undetected diagnosis, undetected mental health can prolong to even cause more mental health and mental illness. So it's become very important that you pay attention as well to what your heart is doing, what your mind is doing, so that you can be at an equilibrium all the time.
All right, let me just quickly ask her this question. Kindly give us types of mental health and broad treatments. Kindly give us types of mental health and the kind of treatment that is required for such mental illnesses.
So now they have a plethora of mental health, mental illness that is out there that one can easily be diagnosed with. Number one is depression, manic depression, meaning that it's been consistent. Is affecting your work, is affecting a lot of things in your life. Then it goes on to bipolar, schizophrenia, and all kinds of mania episodes. So in treatment, sometimes therapy alone may be sufficient. But in some cases, depending on the severity of the manic attack, a doctor might recommend psychotropic medications. So those are the two main treatments, therapy and psychotropic medications.
So what are psychotropic medications? Tell us. We are laymen.
So psychotropic medications are mood stabilizers. They are medications, just like a doctor can prescribe you with metformin for diabetes. What else is in the market there for high blood pressure? Insulin. Psychotropic medications are mood stabilizers that can stabilize your mood so that you will be able to function even with the diagnosis of bipolar or schizophrenia.
So with taking those medicines, what are the drawbacks from taking those medications to get better or not taking them? What would be the problem if someone has a problem, a mental issue, but they decide not to take the medication against someone that would?
Well, just like if the doctor prescribes you metformin or insulin and you don't take it, we know the direct implications. So if a doctor, a psychiatrist prescribes you with a psychotropic medication and you do not take it, the implication is also there. So there's consequences for any decision that you make. Whether you decide to take it or not is really up to you. But it's always encouraging to take them, and then you can address the side effects of them. Because with anything that you eat now, there are side effects. When you drink coffee, there are side effects. When you take the medication, there's no single medication out there that is yet known to does not have side effects. So what is important to you? Is it to be well or to avoid the medications?
All right, let's go to Dr. Nwogo. Healthcare screening is very important, but never taken seriously. What will you advise as a medical doctor?
It's a good question. Again, I'm looking at the room, and I don't want to, embarrass anybody, but when was the last time you went to see your primary care physician? If you have been there in the last 6 months, can I see by show of hands? Fantastic, about half the room. Your primary care physician, what screening tests do they ask you to get done? Again, show of hands for the guys. Maybe you're not old enough, but for those who they asked to do a prostate exam, whatever it was, can I see show of hands? 2, 3. Colonoscopy, same question. How many? Very few. 1, 2, 3. Okay, about 4. All right, so screening. The question about screening is a function of your age and your risks, correct? That's my wife. It's a function of age and possible risk factors that puts you at a higher risk than the general population. So for us, unfortunately, because of our genetics, the fact that we are black, we have a higher risk for a lot of the health things that can happen, especially when it comes to things like colon cancer. In the African American population, our risks are higher. Our risks are higher. Diabetes, our risks are higher. High blood pressure, our risks are higher. So, and unfortunately, we end up having less health care. Even though we have higher risks for all these health issues, we go to see the doctor far less than other races. And why is that? What's the biggest drawback? Information, knowledge, getting people to understand. Because I have people who come to me and I tell them, you need to have a mammogram done, screening for breast cancer. And their response is that nobody in my family has ever. They don't think it applies to them. So what we need to do is to get more people informed, more people aware, because unfortunately it's beginning to happen in our population at younger ages. There's screening, there's a cutoff age-wise, but we're beginning to find out that even in our population, we're having these problems at an earlier age. So it is important that we're aware, we take the information that we're given when we see the doctor, we take it seriously, and do the things we ought to do. Thank you.
Well, if your hands are not busy, clap for the doctor. Yeah.
Dr. Felicia, is mental health disease preventable and how? Is mental health disease preventable and how?
It's a very interesting question. Yes, it really depends. Depends. The reason why I said it depends is that, remember your question is about mental illness. We're talking about two types of disease. The first one is the mental health and the mental illness. Is mental health preventable? When it's caused by social factors. And when I say social factors, it means that there are things, circumstances around you that can cause someone to develop mental illness and mental health. But there are also biological factors. And those biological factors stems from your place of origin, the blood. You know how you go to the doctor and they say, does anyone in your family have any history of mental health? So those are the biological factors. So when it is a biological factor, you just have to take screening and do preventive things to ensure that it does not manifest. But when it's social factors, like I stated, there are a lot that you can do to prevent it from going from mental health to mental illness. But I must say that within our community, I'm so glad the doctor is also a pastor. Speaking specifically about church folks, we tend to shy away from mental health because of where we are from. You know, like I said earlier, the statistics have said that we are the lowest recipients of mental health services. So in Christendom, we tend to feel that Christians are immune to mental health. But it's not so. So the reason why it goes from mental illness to mental health to mental illness is because we continue to be undiagnosed for a long time. And when those issues are not identified and addressed, it can go on to a bigger things. So to answer your question, yes, it's preventable and no, it's not preventable, depending on your predispositions.
I am very interested in that area of church thing. And this is not to underscore what the church has been able to do over the years for those who believe in the Lord. But there are so many mental issues going on in the church that most people are not looking at. When you have some pastors and some men of God that has opened a business center and call it church, and they begin to task their members either for money or either for something else, and this becomes a problem for a believer who most times says that I want to harassment in quote now of the fact that you have to do the building fund, you have to do the Sunday school fund, you have to do this, and everybody got to pay. Now, doctor, it becomes and to serve God in most situations like that, especially from where we are coming from. Can you classify or can you say this is another kind of mental issues on the believers? I'm sorry, I'm a church person. I'm church, and I believe God. I'm a believer. I'm a born again. But over the years, this has been the pain of Christians, especially for those who say they have the calling of God, then start harassing people, and there are so many things happening in the church. The issue of rape, the issue of pastor harassing somebody, that person harassing that person. Now, what is the role? Because I read in one of your stuff right now. What is that thing that can be done to save even the Christendom, apart from the fact that people believe in the Christian world, especially the black folks, that we cannot have mental issues. You know, we believe that so much. So, but there are undertones that I need you to see whether it's addressable. Because we are all over the world right now. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, everywhere. Talk to us.
Again, and I think it's from a place of yes, concern about what goes on in the church. But again, we need to understand that I'm going to put off my doctor hat and put on it. We need to understand that when we're going to church, you're going there as an individual. You're going there as an individual. And when you get into the house of God, whichever house of God you go to, you're supposed to worship your God as an individual. When things are going on in the church, you're supposed to remove all distractions and then make sure that you make your personal connection to the Lord under the guidance of who. And it is that which the Lord recognizes. He isn't asking you. God doesn't need anybody's money. God doesn't need anybody's encouragement. The God of the whole universe is more than enough for every human being on earth. It is up to us to make that connection with Him when we go there. So all the other things are peripheral. Everything distractions, the things that men bring in, all the things that are outside of the worship. It isn't that important. It's no more important than you connecting with Him and receiving from Him, and then use what you receive to go and affect other people. It isn't a question of, and just to talk a little bit about that mental health issue, because yes, we have challenges. There's no human being here that doesn't. And the question is who you go for and ask for help when you have challenges. Because if you have mental issues, your mental issues can now affect your physical well-being, right? Because if you're not healthy mentally, if I tell you to take your medicines for your diabetes, you won't take it. You won't see any reason why. If you're not healthy mentally, if you are supposed to do things to affect your health, eat right, don't drink, don't smoke, exercise, you won't feel like doing anything to benefit yourself. So it is important, yes, for us to have our mental health to be right, because it will also affect our physical health. But don't allow any of the peripheral things to affect your own relationship with it.
Just to add to what the doctor has said, I think that one of the confusion that we have these days is the confusion between spirituality and religiosity. You know, saying that to say that our relationship with the Lord spiritually is supposed to be a singular relationship. Because the Bible says that those that worship Him must worship me in truth and in spirit. So when one is connected spiritually to your higher power, what other people are saying becomes very secondary. So in the sense that the fact that a pastor is persuading you, and I'm yet to see a pastor that practices spirituality persuading a member to bring money. But my worry for someone you've just described, not going to church because of fear of being asked to, or shame to bring money, it takes me to a place of questioning that person's relationship with the Lord. Right? Because it's about relationship. It's not about what someone is telling you to do. But I wanted to speak more about the shame that is attached with Christendom not wanting to receive mental health services. That is the primary problem that we are facing these days. Because there's a lot of stigma in the church where people do not want to express how they are feeling emotionally because there's stigma attached to mental health. People often say that the myth is that people that identify or even disclose some level of mental health, they consider them to be weak. They consider them to be in sin. They consider a lot of negative things for them. So as a result, people do not want to come out and disclose that I'm having mental health issues. So what we as Christians here in the room should pay more attention to is how can we create awareness? How can we reduce the stigma that is attached to disclosure of mental health? Because we're not afraid to say that the doctor has diagnosed me with diabetes or high blood pressure. So why shame to say that we are not feeling okay? So my job and my goal moving forward is actually to create the awareness and make people feel comfortable. Just like you can disclose your medical, you can also disclose your mental health. Right? If your mind is not working right, just like the doctor had clearly stated, then it may affect your medical needs.
All right, thank you. That's the... how many questions do we have? Okay, do we have other people in the room who have questions? Do we? If not, we are closing with this last question. Thank you.
So this is for both of you. Spirituality and mental health. What is your take on churches that have places where they keep people with mental health issues? We don't understand. The question is...
Oh, okay, now again. healing homes or something like that, where the church people in just call it okay. One of the things that I use to judge anything at all that we do, especially in the church environment, is, was it done when Christ was here? Done when the initial disciples took the gospel to the rest of the world. If anything wasn't done at that time, and we're doing it now, then it is not mandatory. Anything that is outside of Scripture, that we are doing now, like people going to healing schools, if it's not scriptural, then it's not mandatory. The only thing is that if it's based, again, on someone's giftings, because there are people with giftings, there are people who don't believe anymore that these gifts still exist, but there are giftings. It's scriptural. If it's based on scripture, then it's permissible. But there are many things that we do that are not scriptural. That was not done in the original time when Christ walked here on the earth. So, and when it comes to health, especially, even mental health, I'm going to just, if we look at scripture, we'll find out that many of the great people back in the day, they had mental health issues. They had mental health issues. Although the example of Elijah, who won an incredible victory, and then because a woman threatened him, he went into hiding and said God should kill him. Different examples in the Bible. But at the same time, Christ himself, when he was healing, when coming to him, and the Bible says he healed all manners of sickness. He never used one sick method all the time. For different people, he will use different methods, different approaches. He will lay his hand, he will speak, he will lift, he will spit, rub with mud. People were healed by different ways. And it tells you that the same is available to us today. The same powers, the same, and that's why they also, the same knowledge that he has given to us, whereby we're discovering new things. If we begin to go into health and find out the things that are being done, minimal invasive surgeries that are taking place right now, you'll be amazed what is being accomplished. People in their 80s having heart valves replaced without having to open the chest anymore. Where is all this knowledge coming from? Who gives the knowledge? So there's so many different avenues, so many different ways. So we shouldn't be adverse to exploring new treatment options for different conditions.
Yeah, just to add a little bit, I'm not sure if your question was answered, but I wanted to add to what the doctor had said, because what Christendom, the church folks, we have in the past placed these artificial boundaries with God. In the sense that sometimes when we are feeling not emotionally well, we think that we are contradicting what the Bible says. Just like he said, Elijah said, kill me. It's better for me. I'm not better than my ancestors who had died. During that time, a psychologist or a social worker may have diagnosed Elijah as having a suicidal ideation. And we also need to remember that Jesus Christ, even at the cross of Calvary, expressed an emotion when he called out to his Father. There are a lot of men, strong men, and could you imagine what Hannah or Sarah was going through when she could not bear a child? It's also emotional. So it's not abnormal not to feel well emotionally. But what happened is that we have created this artificial boundary with God, in the sense that we're concerned about what people are going to say. But Lord, just like he said, God has called a lot of people into service for his people. God has called the medical doctors, the social workers, the clinicians, psychologists to be able to provide the needs and meet the needs of the people. So for the pastors in the house and people of faith in the house, please, let's begin to normalize the conversation. Let's be very mindful of the kind of words that we use. Oh, she's crazy. Those kinds of words perpetuate mental illness and also increase stigma. She's crazy, she died of suicide, or she committed suicide. It's better to say that she died of suicide. Because can you imagine someone that is going through cancer and you tell the person, or you say that cancer killed him or cancer killed her? So we need to be very cognizant and very mindful of the words that we use that increase the stigma within our community.
All right, I have a last question, but I think this person would have to see you privately, Dr. Oyekachi. I want to see you, yes. This person wants to see you maybe privately, so that you can discuss with him. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are thank you. My pastor, doctor. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. Before the break, I love this business alliance networking business. People, the amount are just moving. That's good though. We'll come again next year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to inform you quickly. We will go around now. If you have any message for us that you want to push out, either about your business, about what you do, you will have just 1 minute to talk about it. If you're going to talk about your association, just for 1 minute, you have the opportunity to do that. But I will start first. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aolani Thompson Tabi, and I'm the publisher of that newspaper you have on your table, Niger Times USA. It's actually published here, and we distribute in Nigeria and we distribute here. If you want to do business with us, please look at the back of that newspaper. We have all our details there. Apart from that, every year since 2021, we've started a project called Nigeria Independence Ball Awards and we have some of the recipients so please stand up for recognition. We started the concept of these ball awards and dinners since 2021. We have some recipients here. Mrs. Margaret Owen, if it's not too much of a trouble, please just rise up. She's actually an award. She was awarded. That was last year. Thank you. We have Mr. Sahib Taiwo.
And bringing all of my resources from the United States there. So if you're interested in being licensed in the state of Maryland, in the state of PA, Delaware, and Chicago, you can see me afterwards and we can talk.
You see why I'm always afraid of you. This woman is the police, so child, come. You see, the Spirit of God is just inside of me telling me that I should be careful. I was dancing the other time, And I was doing like this. Then the spirit spoke to me, bam, be careful. Because she's security. And they joke, oh, congratulations, policewoman. All the way from Chicago. You know, Nigeria's very cheap. Her name is Felicia. What's your husband's name?
My husband's name is Adedayo.
Mr. Adedayo, where are you? Is he here? Oh, he's working in Nigeria, making the money.
He's here.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Felicia Adedayo. All right, so we'll be coming around to get your, if you want to say something about your business, we'll do that. But before then, we need to call our business, who of course will come here and speak to us for the minutes. Business strategies. This gentleman is a seasoned IT consultant and educator with a proven track record of success in developing and implementing large-scale IT solutions and implementation strategies for Fortune 100 companies, including Lockheed Martin, Edward Jones, Northwestern Mutual. Dr. Akobi holds a public leadership credential from the Harvard Kennedy School, a PhD in Human Capital Development from the University of Southern Mississippi, and several industry certifications. He is the Chief Technology Officer of American University Technology, New Orleans. He is also an adjunct professor at the University of the District of Columbia and the University of Maryland Global Campus, where he teaches information technology and emerging technologies courses. This man is a double doctor. Dr. 1P Shy. You're speaking? Huh? You want to introduce him? Oh, okay. No one will write your name down. The way you are standing, I was afraid. You're not a policewoman. Chai. I have another police here, Joe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 10 minutes, this is a Dr. David Sheyi Akobi with business strategies.
Giving space, I'm classy, Joe. I'm classy. Only me. I don't pay my dues.
You will double PhD. Come over. You will just talk to. You are just going to. You're going to talk to us. Please listen very well. Those of you that are interested in information technology and business, this man is going to do justice to this in the next 10 minutes. And I trust and believe him. You know why? 2 PhDs is not a joke. And it's an adjunct professor. Chai. Clap your hands, ladies and gentlemen.
First of all, I think I'm trying not to be intimidated by the faces I'm seeing here. So I'm going to start by appreciating the convener, Pastor Joy Amadi, and her dearest husband, who is my boss, so sitting down over there. So my name is Sheyi Akobi, and I'm very delighted to be here. In the next few minutes, I'm going to be talking about sustainable business strategies from the IT standpoint. Sustainable business strategies from the IT standpoint. Before I start, they gave me a topic, and the topic talks about why businesses failed within 2 to 5 years. A lot of businesses fail between 2 to 5 years. There was a statistic from the Department of Labor and Statistics talking about 20% of every business will fail within the first 1 year. 45% will fail within the first 2 years. And very few businesses will succeed after 15 years. So I just want to provide my own insights as a small business owner who grew up in Nigeria, came to the United States, and been able to scale a lot of businesses. So before I start, I'm going to ask some questions. I'm a professor, so I'll try to make this as interactive as possible. How many of us here has read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? You've read Rich Dad Poor Dad? Okay, thank you very much. So I think the first thing that I will say is that a lot of people misrepresent what business actually is. Now, I'll break it down in 2 minutes. One, if you read the book The Poor Dad and the Rich Dad, you will understand that there are 4 quadrants or 4 ways through which money moves into people's life. There are 4 ways through which money moves into people's life. The first one is that you get a job. If you get a job, cash flow comes into your life, right? How many people, almost everybody here has a job, right? So that is your cash flow. That's how money comes into your life. Now, by the time you start your business and you are the one doing the business, it's also a cash flow. Money is coming into your life. But this time around, people are paying you for your time, right? It is not yet a business. You are just a self-employed person. So the business starts when you hire people to work for you and you are able to replicate what you've been doing and they are able to do the same thing, and that is when business starts. So I'm going to say that one of the reasons why businesses fail is because it's very difficult for a lot of people, especially in this country, to dissociate themselves from the businesses. People at the business here, a lot of us, we are the businesses that we do. How does that work? I am the CEO and I am the same person that is doing the business. If I am sad, my business is sad. If I am happy, my business is happy. Then if I am sick, the business is dying. So that is the problem. If you have a business and you are no longer able to do the business and the business cannot continue, then you do not have a business. I go to a lot of places, I will see a lot of Nigerian companies, especially in the healthcare, and you will see a hall or a shopping complex, you will see something healthcare. Tomorrow something healthcare. A lot of healthcare businesses. After 6 months, 1 year, you go there. Some of them have closed their doors. They are no longer in operation. What happens? The owner of the business, something happens to the owner of the business, and the person can no longer continue, and the business is no longer in operation. So that is the major reasons why a lot of business fail, because it's very difficult for us to dissociate our businesses from ourselves. So we are so attached to this business, and without us, the business will not succeed. I have a colleague here in Texas. She has an online business on Instagram. She sells supplements on Instagram, and she also has a shop on Amazon and on Walmart. And this person has a cash flow of about $2,000 per day that comes into this business. But in the last 3 years, this individual has not been able to go for a vacation in the last 3 years. And this person has weekly contribution of $3,500. That is a very good business. But the person has not been able to go to vacation in the last 3 years, and the person has not been able to go to church in the last 3 years. Because the day this person stops working, the business stops working. Then the person does not have a business yet, it's just a self-employed individual. It's not different from somebody driving Uber. So what do? You have to be able to separate your business from yourself. How do you do that? You need to look at the business from the institutional standpoint. What did I call it? Institutional standpoint. You are building an institution instead of building a business. So if there's anything you want to take away from my talk, is that look at your business from an institutional standpoint. If you fall sick today and your cash flow will cease, you are just 3 months away from being out of business. So how do you build institutionally oriented business? There are a couple of ways to build institutionally oriented business. Number one, have a divine business strategy. Then build what they call a system. Now, how many people understand the meaning of a system? What is a system? Automation. A process. God bless you, my sister. Now, the definition of a system or the acronym of a system is that The word S in saving system is saving. Y yourself. S is some time and effort. So you have to build something, it's called a system that will save yourself some time, energy, and money or stress. So you have to build a system. How do you build a system that works? Number one, have a definite business processes. Number two, codify your business processes in such a way that you can train other people to do it for you. Then IT comes in. People think IT is the solution. IT is just implementation strategy. The solution is you being able to break your business down into a repeatable processes. Once you are able to build your business into repeatable processes that you can teach others, then it's easier for you to be able to train others, and you should be able to think of scaling your business. A lot of people look at the business from survivor mode. Please let me know if my time is up. I do this for a living, so I talk a lot. So a lot of people look at business from the survivor mode, but you have to think of how to turn your business into a scalable endeavor. What does scalability mean in business? Number one, it's better to have sales of $500 per day that is predictable for the next 1 year than having $500 today, $2,000 tomorrow, $300 the next day. That is not predictable. If you have businesses $500 per day continuously, what that allows you to do is to do what they call financial modeling. Financial modeling is that you can predict that in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, this is how the business will work, and you can codify that and sell that to investors. That will now say, okay, if you are making $500 per day, in the next 3 years, we know this is the amount, then we can invest your business based on that valuation. It will be easier for them to value your business, and that is how to build a sustainable business. Then, we should get out of this African mentality of having the interest of having the 100% of anything. You shouldn't think of having the 100% of your business. Partner with people. A lot of healthcare companies fold up because they don't want to partner. You now become competitors instead of becoming collaborators. Before I end, I'm going to tell you a story, 2 stories. Now, I came to the United States May 1st, 2013. That was my first day in the United States. Now, when I got here, I started working as a security guard on 450 Annapolis Road. There was this security guard, it's called Sikopros. I don't know if anybody knows this company. This company has the all the Safeway stores in the DMV. It has all the contracts. They were the one doing the guiding time, right? Okay, good. Now, the company is no longer today, but there are similar companies that were in existence that time, 11 years ago. I mean, there is what they call Barton Security. Barton Security, because the owner was getting older, it merged with Allied Security. When it merged with Allied Security, they become Allied Barton Security. 3 years after, Allied Barton Security merged with Universal Security to become Universal Security. And they have the largest security company in the United States now. So we should always think of collaboration instead of competition. As of today, Sikopro is no longer in existence. You know why? The founder developed lung cancer, and no children is interested in the continuity. And I need to tell you this is a bummer. None of your children will be interested in your business. It will be too small for their vision. What can sustain your business to the next level is to partner with people of like mind, and you can sustain your business. Thank you very much.
The professor has spoken. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Please, if your hands are not busy, please clap your hands for him. I knew what it took me to get just ordinary university degree, talk less of getting PhDs. We have a lawyer in the building who, of course, is going to be talking to us on 1 or 2 issues. He's an expert in family law and immigration law. If you're interested in immigration, please sit down. If you're interested in here in Maryland, is erudite. I don't know whether he has a PhD already because we have not started calling him doctor. Doctor, you can't go. I see you can't. All our speakers, we have something better for you, and we are going to take pictures with all our speakers. Mommy, you can't go. This is what we are saying about mental health issues. If you leave now, we're going to have mental. Oh, who? You or mommy? Oh, okay. We know. Oh yeah, go and give something. Go and give something. Thank you, Jerry. I don't have your. Okay, Joy. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the president of NALA and, of course, an expert in family law and immigration. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Biodun Bakare in the building. Yemtes is in the building. Yemtes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep your hands coming. Yemtes is in the building. A lot of wonderful people are here that we're going to mention them later. Please come this side, sir. Just do your presentation from here. Oh, we have to. Well, okay, please sit down, sir. You sit in the middle, President. Me too. All right. Are you interested in family law? You are interested in immigration? Please listen and listen carefully. Policewoman, shoot.
Can I say that if you look at your picture, you will see that the person actually originally listed for this, Mr. Isaac Morris, who is my oga, is my boss, is unavoidably absent. So I'm just standing in for him. Thank you.
So the first question that we have, kindly give us an idea of what family law is with a focus on child support and custody.
Okay. With a focus on child support and custody. Okay. Well, family law, as it sounds, is the aspect of the law that deals with, let's say, family matters. From my little experience about practice, I know that this is a very, very exciting part of practice, as far as law is concerned, because it deals with when a family is having problem, not even when, because I find out that no matter how good you are as a lawyer, you may not be able to satisfy your clients when it comes to family law, when it comes to child support, when it comes to custody, because this is not an area where your client is actually happy, coming to the lawyer, happy going to court, but it's an aspect where he or she just has to do it because of the circumstances. Now, when it comes to child support, for instance, I think focus on child support, and when it comes to child support, it comes in where either the parties are separated or divorced. So that is a challenging part. It's not a part that either of the parties would really want to happen or would be excited about. For instance, if it is the woman that wants to claim child support, the child support is given to the person that does not have that has the custody of the children, the person that will pay child support is the non-custodial parent. So if it does not really matter whether or not divorce has taken place. If, for instance, they've separated and one of the parties has, if, for instance, they have 2 children who are underage, that is under the age of 15, because you pay child support from age 0 to 18, unless the child is challenged and is still at the high school, age of 18, then even at 19, child support may come in. So it's the non-custodial parent that will pay child support to the custodial parent. And when it comes to custody is divided into 2. We have the legal custody and the primary physical custody. Now, the primary physical custody deals with the person in charge of, that has the custodian, that has the physical presence of the children. That is to say, if there are 2 children involved and both of them live, say, with the mother, so the mother can, and the father is living separate. So the mother is the custodial parent that can seek for the physical custody of the child. It doesn't matter whether or not his mother, because at times it's even the father that will have the physical custody. I've done a case, or I've been involved in cases where the mother pays child support to the father. You know, I've been involved in that. The mother pays every month about 1,800 child support to the father, and both of them, both the children are. There's only one child involved in this case, so they both have shared custody, but because of the disparity in the income, so that sometimes income comes in, or most of the time income comes in. So if it's found that they have shared custody, but one party has very, very high income, you know, and the other party does not have much. So even if they have shared custody, they both have custody of the children almost equally, and there is a divorce decree, then even though they have shared custody, that is almost 50-50%, one party may be asked to pay child support to the other party, so that whenever the child is in care of the other parent, the child will live the life that he used to live before that separation or before divorce comes up. So, you know, that's what I have to.
Quickly, you know, lawyers.
I'm sorry. Legal custody involves issues like traveling, which school the child will attend, which primary physician the child will attend, passport, whether to get passport for the child, or whether if the issue of surgery comes up, she will do surgery and all that. That comes up when we are talking about legal custody.
All right, so for those of you who are more interested in talking to the lawyer, we will give you his details, especially those of you going through the issue of child support and custody right now. What you don't understand, he will explain to you. What is alimony? How does alimony come into play? Alimony.
Alimony, it comes is a kind of award that, you know, like if parties get married and there's a kind of like, if they are just going to kind of break it down, if two people are married, they become one. For instance, the father, if dad is the kind of person that goes to work every day, he leaves home in the morning and comes back in the evening, and mom takes care of the children at home. In fact, she is a stay-at-home mom. And this stay-at-home mom does not have education, is not really equipped, but she takes care of the children, she takes care of the house, she does everything domestically, she takes care of the garden, all this she does. And if, let's say they are going through a divorce, the law looks at the kind of what happens to mom now that parties are going to be separated. So again, if for instance one of the parties has disability, so that the person cannot walk again, and they are going through divorce, look at it and say, what happens to the person with disability after the divorce? How do we take care of such person? So people like that can ask for alimony. It can be temporary, it can be permanent. But in Maryland now, the focus is on temporary kind of alimony, in which case a monetary award can be made. For instance, like the first example that I gave, where one of the parties is a stay-at-home mom, you can award based on the income of the dad. You can make a temporary award to mom that looking at the kind of lifestyle she was living before the divorce, the kind of home she has to live, whether to pay rent and all that. So there can be a temporary award to mom in the meantime, maybe for a period of 2 years or 3 years or even 5 years, to be getting some kind of income until she is able to go to school or trade or learn any technical thing such that she will be able to take care of herself. So
is that coming from the government?
It's going to come from the other party that has income, that is working. So the government does not get involved.
Okay, so what happens to the what's it called now? The child support or something? Is that different?
You can, it's different. It's separate. So if for instance, in that situation, they are going through divorce, mom can ask for child support. You know, she's the one that used to take care of the children. The custodian can ask for child support, has to pass it, the president has to sign on into it. You know, I was saying that certain benefits were going to be, happen to immigrants. However, he was not able to even have the time to put it before the Congress, much less pass it on. The only thing I can say about immigration is as to fees. For instance, if you are asking for asylum, or you are asking for certain benefits that you used to pay very high fees to government in order to file it. Now, certain things you may not have to pay. For instance, if you are a benefit of, if you have been granted U visa, I'm sure most people, U visa is the kind of visa that you get for helping government to prosecute offenders. If, for instance, you don't have papers and you help the police to track down an offender,
you snitched.
You can use it, And if you have U visa, maybe for a period of 3 years, you want to file for adjustment of status. You know, in the days gone by before April 1st, 2024, you have to pay certain fees. But now, those fees are free for you. So, the new increment in fees for other filings, they are not applicable to seeking asylum, T visa, U visa. But in terms of new laws, except for executive orders, there are no new laws with regards to immigration that I know of.
All right, Barrister, please clap your hands for if your hands are not busy. No, we are not going yet, sir. We are not going yet. There's a question here, Mrs. Owe. I'm not the writer of this question because I know you will question it. Can a prenup be done after marriage? It's a question that it's a question. I know Mrs. Owe will talk. Auntie Margaret Edake. So, okay, I should not read the question, Abi. Can it be done after marriage? Lawyer. We have only one lawyer here talking.
Well, pre means before. So I assume it's post that the writer wants to write. So if I can say that yes, the answer is yes, to the extent that such will be treated as a contract. You know, I have had a case, although it never got to real litigate. Yes, the court did not. We had to settle that aspect where my client, after marriage, signed a post-nuptial agreement where he said that all his properties and his pension and all that and whatever that it has, the wife, including life insurance, everything, the wife can have 50%. And all that the wife has, the wife will have it only. So when we filed pleadings and you know, I saw the post-nuptial this thing in the pleadings, I asked my client, what were you doing when you were signing?
It was in El Dorado inside the bedroom.
He said he didn't know, but that is his signature.
Yeah, he signed it in the bedroom.
Anyway, we had to settle, we had to concede a lot of things to be able to.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have your questions, please write them down so that we can give it to the lawyer. Or if you have any, because we want to let him go now. He's actually standing in for Attorney Maurice Isaac. So that's why he's here. Any other question? Ladies and gentlemen, join your hands together for my president. That's my president, ladies and gentlemen. Huh? Ooh. Okay, somebody's going to be talking to us on insurance. Please, if you want to say one or two things about your business, please come quickly and let's register you about your business. 1 minute. Dr. Samuel, I have in the house Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra in the house, please. She's an insurance expert. Just wave your hand, Miss Sandra. She is the convener of the Dr. Olumide Emmanuel's event coming up on August 2nd and 3rd. We may give you 1 minute to come and talk about Dr. Olumide. Not now, sir. Not now, mommy. Your body dey hot. I know. We are looking for people to come. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dr. Samuel. And Ayaba, please, if you want to register and say one or two things about your business before we round off today and we have a party. There's a party here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dance. On insurance. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, the convener of this program and everybody that are invited. I just want to talk to you about insurance. When we talk about insurance, many people always run away from it. Please, if you are the one of them, please listen to us carefully. Besides real estate, if you want to grow your money, if you want to have a better life, insurance is another place where you need to look into. Gone are the days when we have only limited choice, where they present to us about term life, group life, or old life. That's one of the reasons why many people doesn't want to hear about it, because they believe that when they die, only the beneficiary will benefit from it. I have a good news for us. Please, if you want to build up cash very, very fast, think about life insurance. Life insurance has been in existence for very, very long, for maybe 15 decades. But the one we share with our communities, this is why we go from churches to churches, communities to communities, is about how to build cash value. When somebody is sick, because sickness may come anytime. If somebody is sick, what happens to your paycheck? It may suffer. But if you don't have a good life insurance that will give you living benefit, the word living benefit has to do with somebody has a chronic illness, critical illness, or terminal illness. Your company, your job may not bill you, and particularly the business owner. You don't have money to take care of yourself. Because you are making too much money before you go to Medicaid, they say that you are not qualified. The only thing I can bail you out is your life insurance. So if you have a critical illness, meaning that you have cancer, God forbid, you have other illness, life insurance may give you up to 90% of the day benefit immediately. We call it living benefit. What about chronic illness? Inability to do two of the daily activities, what you do every day. They may pay you 24% every month. 24%. I mean 2% every month, every year, until it runs out. Then we talk about terminal illness. When somebody has diagnosis of terminal illness, that means you may qualify for 100% of your life insurance while you are still alive. Almost done. What about compounding interest? This is another thing that you need to know. Albert Einstein says compound interest is the number 8 wonders of the world. Because if you want to grow your money, your 401k will not help you, gentlemen and ladies. Your IRA will not help you because you're only limited with what you put in. So, in conclusion, I'm almost done. Before you get life insurance, because you don't ask questions, if you can write this question down, it will help you a lot. You want to find out which life insurance that will create you what we call living benefit. Which one that will supplement your retirement income? Which one will cover your education expenses for your children? Because if you are gone, who's going to take care of your children? School. Which one will replace your income for your dependent? Which one will pay your final expense? Which one will create an inheritance for you if you are gone? Which one will pay your federal and state taxes? And which one will cover your savings, will give you savings? If you don't ask this question, the insurance company will just sell you anything they like, and God forbid you get it, you are not getting something that is good. So today I'm appealing to you to have a plan for life insurance. This is the area that we have been living behind. Many people, if you want to borrow money, can go to your life insurance and borrow against it and use it for any businesses you want. And guess what? It's tax deferred or tax free. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, join your hands together. Please, he's still here. Please get his card. You have your card here, sir. Please let me have the. You can get his card so that you can learn more. No, just give me one, sir. So anybody that wants this card should please go to the doctor, Dr. Bumi Samuel. Dr. Bumi Samuel, WFG. This office is on John Creek Parkway.
No, it's Glago.
Glago?
Glago, yes.
Okay. Please see doctor and, before you leave. Miss Sandra, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is coming back to town sometime in August 2nd and 3rd. For just 1 minute, Miss Sandra, who of course is the convener and the lead team member for the event, is here. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands together for Ms. Sandra.
Good evening, everyone. So great to be here. I just want to invite you to the event. The event is coming up August 2nd. Second is a free event for everyone to come. Then August 3rd is a paid version where you stay 2 nights in the hotel and you can have one-on-one mentorship, such that even after the ceremony, we have speakers who will be talking about government contracts, franchise, and how to build your credits. And Olumide himself will be talking about real estate. And we have someone who will be talking about crypto and insurance, how to make your money work for you when you're sleeping. So it's an event, and it says after the paid version, he's going to have a 90 days mentorship. He will mentor you, places you can buy into, real estate you can procure. He will be there for you for at least 90 days. And you can get to meet with him one-on-one that evening, having mentorship or guidance from him. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone through the influence of Ogani you don't see. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. For you to know, I'm a member of that team. She's my lead on that team for the event coming up on August 2nd and 3rd. Dr. Olumide Emmanuel is returning to the MD. Fumi Tijani, Miss Fumi Tijani, Ayamba, please, if you are ready, we're ready for financial products.
Hello. Hi. Business Alliance. We are all here. Yes, sir. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fumi Tijani. I'm here to talk about financial products, and basically I'll be talking from the perspective of taxes. We all know that here in the US, there is no way you will not pay tax. And we have different financial products where you can be safe with your taxes. So I wouldn't take too much of our time. If you are looking to grow your money, pay less on tax, and if possible, evade taxes, please, I'm here. Just come and see me and we will talk. You don't want Uncle Sam running after you, do you? No. Yeah, nobody wants Uncle Sam running. If you own a business, come talk to me. I tell you how to save on your taxes. I tell you how to be smart so that you outsmart Uncle Sam. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, I would like to thank Pastor Mrs. Joy for bringing this together. It's been wonderful meeting with every one of you here. It's been a beautiful day. I've been able to connect with different people here, and going forward, I look to doing so many wonderful things with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, she is into financial products. The next person I'm going to call briefly is, she calls herself Ayamba, the wife of a king. I have overeaten, even though it was a small portion. I ate the ayamashi, I ate the jollof rice, I ate the geese dodo, all in one soup. Ladies and gentlemen, this food is good. I have in the building before she comes the wife of Mr. Sahib, Ajima Tonareje Bukola, in the building. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Estjola, but I'm also called Ayaoba. For those that do not understand Yoruba, that means a king's wife, which means royalty. So my business is not just a business of you like to cook. It is coined out of royalty, honor, and great service. And I hope tonight I've been able to prove to you that Ayoba's Kitchen is not just to feed you, it is also for you to enjoy the taste. It is also for you to feel good when you eat. So Ayoba's Kitchen is mainly after honoring as we serve our food. So we are open to mini parties. I'm a private chef, so I cook for people in their homes. We travel, we do bridal showers. Really hope you enjoyed every little bit of the food you tasted tonight. Thank you all, and I cannot wait to be here next year.
All right, Ayaba, ladies and gentlemen, clap your hands for Ayaba. You know what to do for me, eh? You are in the spirit. It is the spirit of God that revealed that to you. The flesh has not revealed to you. It is the spirit. I'm a promoter. I have a huge followership on YouTube and social media. Give me takeaway of various kinds of food and let's go to the world. Alright? Everyone prepare. Yemtes. Ladies and gentlemen, Yemtes event. Yemtes event. I will let you run a show, one task show. She does everything.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm called Yemtes, but my full name is Oyeyemi Taiwo. Queen. Just like the previous speaker said. Okay, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. I wear many caps, but I'm going to be touching just few because a lot has been spoken about already. So I have Yemtex Consults. And image consulting, styling you however you want for an occasion or just to revamp your wardrobe to make you look good no matter your size or shape. Yemtex is your go-to from head to toe. We help you look traditional if that's what you want, or you want to look, corporate, casual, whatever it is you want. Yemtex is there. But I'm going to be expatiating more on Yemtex Consult business that I have, and that has to deal with don't see you, don't please. So Yemtex Consult deals with business structuring your business right for funding, helping you to repair your credit, helping you to have access to loans, credit card, line of credit, and the likes. We also do business management, investment strategies. Some of you have money, you don't know where to invest in. We can advise you to open your eyes when you come for consultation. And most of our consultations are free for the first 45 minutes. Then Yemtex Consult also deals in financial advising, logos, branding, websites, helping you to come up with team, business, and then we do event planning and coordination. You want a stress-free event, you want to enjoy your party, you just want to change your clothing and enjoy the night without thinking of if your vendors are there, if they're bringing the right food. If you don't want an event planner, some people are good at planning events, but they are not good at being coordination.
on the day of the event. So you have like 3 attires to go through, and you're worried, oh, have they brought out the amala? Have they brought out the Chinese? You know, leave that to the coordinator to do. A lot of us, we have events, and your souvenirs, you take them back home because you have a lot going on. So if you need an event coordinator, EMTS Consult is your go-to. Event planning, event decoration, vendor coordinating, and getting you to bloggers, making sure everything is put there on the www web. We are there for you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, EMTS is going global. EMTS Consult is here for you. It's your go-to. Someone asked me to call his dad out and to call his mom out. She actually asked for it, and I'm going to be doing it so that they can come and talk about business. To welcome the man that has made it possible for us to be on TV. Look at how handsome I am on TV. Let's welcome Mr. Saeed. He is a printer of this wonderful magazine, and he has displayed all the works here. T Design Studio, the managing director, CEO of T Design for 1 minute. And the good thing is that I share an office with him.
Hello everyone. My name is Femi Taiwo. I am into media. I do video, photography for events, wedding, birthday, naming ceremony, and so on and so forth. We have been in business since 2006, and the business is known mostly everywhere. In Baltimore, PG counties, Virginia, DC, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and so on and so forth. We can go to every state, any state, but the one that we have been operating in are those ones that I just mentioned. We are system printer. We print different kind of stuff, like a banner, standing banner, hanging banner, business card, flyer, magazine, books, Daily Times, all those things like that. The books you have with you that we are using today was printed by T Digital Studio. With the help of my workers, they are standing for me right here. We do DJ, we do video, we do photograph. Everything. We know how to network, we know how to cover your event, and it goes live. Like what we are doing right now, if you go to YouTube, it's rolling over there. We don't need to pass cable to connect things before you can see it on the screen or whatever. Our own technology is advanced. So that's what we do. We are open for businesses. If you want to cover your event, call us at 240-614-6737. It's right at the back of the booklet we are using today. That is our business. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is T Digital Studio, T Design Studio. Mr. DJ, Ivory, that's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome one of those that introduced me into proper business. She actually introduced me and made me to be becoming in business. She's my go-to, she's my consultant. I call her middle of the night, middle of the evening. She's going to answer me. Ladies and gentlemen, join your hands together for Auntie Margaret Owe, the tormentor of my Israel.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Hello, good evening. Everybody's busy. Anyway, I've passed around my business card and my pens on the pen you see my phone number. So I do a host of things, you know. So like for instance, the major thing I won't say major though, I do policies and procedures for healthcare agencies. If you want to set up your RSA, your PRP, your assisted living, your staffing agency, GDA, you know, I write comprehensive policies. And then I also do a lot of business formation. If you want to form your LLC the right way, so you talk to me in such a way that you're going to protect your. So you don't want to set up your LLC where your property or your building is. So you want to set it up in a different state. So that way you hide your assets from people that are coming after you in terms of lawsuits and stuff like that. And another thing I do taxes. But you know tax season is seasonal. It's usually from January to April. So I have to do other things, you know, outside of tax season. So I do taxes for individuals and for businesses, okay? And I also do healthcare agency and stuff like that. So if you need me for So if you need a notary or you need a closing agent, when you buy or when you refinance, you can call me up and then we'll do business together. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, she's Boko Nishe, everything, and she does it well. The good thing about Miss O is that whatsoever she touches turns to gold. Before we go, let us welcome Mrs. Adebukola Taiwo. She tells us what she does. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play music after this talk. We're going to play music and we're going to dance. We will welcome Pastor Joy Amayi and Professor Amayi. Professor Amayi has been so quiet, but he is the brain behind everything. He is a powerhouse. You know, lecturers don't talk. They just watch and observe and do analysis afterwards. So, Prof, thank you very much. Thank you for everything that you have done for us here. You have allowed Pastor John to put this together. Let's welcome Mrs. Ajima Tunareje, Mrs. Taiwo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adebukola Taiwo. I'm the CEO of Plus B Hair. This is what I sell: synthetic hair, human hair that will look, you know, natural on your head. So don't hesitate to call me on this number 240-413-1768. Thank you.
Thank you. Shoki Nobelge, sharp. We don't waste time. Thank you, Mrs. Taiwo. The team lead, I'm a member of our team for Dr. Olumide's Emmanuel Money School of Money coming up in August 3rd. Mrs. Tijani, you have to be at that School of Money. It's important. All right, so Mrs. Joy, we want to dance right now. So please, but before the dance, we're supposed to toast to, this is our first time. All right, so it's time to dance. Mr. DJ, are you ready? All right, we want to welcome everybody to the dance floor. Our president wants to lead the dance. So, Madam President, please. Madam President, please. Michael, DJ Michael. Mrs. Owe, Mrs. Tijani, all our people, please come and dance with our president. All coordinators, it's time to dance. DJ Michael. Don't sleep. Àwọn àgbàlagbà ló fẹ́ jó. Àwọn àgbà ló fẹ́ jó. Wake up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, come on.
I want to say a very big thank you for coming, showing up, and showing off. You are all well appreciated. I will personally get in touch with everybody, and I will say a big thank you to you and to invite you to get involved in the new one that will be coming. We will start planning now. We need to double, triple the amount of crowd that we have today. One of the feedback is that we need to start midday so that we have enough time to catch phone. So we will choose the date ahead of time so that everybody can clear their calendar. And then we do have a WhatsApp group where we still showcase and sell our businesses. From me, Jeremiah, to you, I love you everyone. I thank you. Even the fact that this is the first time that we're doing this, we made meaning and we made statements. Thank you very much and God bless you everyone. Good night, good morning, good day, bye.
No, you should put it like that.